Welcome to another deep dive with us. This time we're going to explore how artificial intelligence is changing the game in systems biology.
It's really incredible stuff.
Yeah, it's really cutting edge. So we're going to be looking at this chapter called Artificial Intelligence in Systems Biology: Opportunities in Agriculture, Biomedicine, and Healthcare from this book called Artificial Intelligence: Theory, Models, and Applications.
Sounds pretty dense.
It is, but it's fascinating stuff, and that's what we're here for.
Right, to break it all down.
Exactly, to break it all down and explain what's going on and how this is all going to impact, the listener, us,
The future.
the future. Exactly. So, maybe we should start off with what even is systems biology? For somebody who's maybe not familiar with that term.
Sure, yeah, systems biology is basically it's a way of looking at biological systems, anything from a whole ecosystem to the human body as a network. So instead of just studying, individual genes or proteins or whatever, in isolation, we're trying to see how they all fit together, how they all work together.
So like a giant puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very complex puzzle. And the thing is, with systems biology, there's so much data, genomic, proteomics, all these interactions happening within cells.
It's got to be overwhelming.
It is, for humans at least. That's where AI comes in.
Ah, okay. So the AI can kind of make sense of all this data that would just be too much for a human to process.
Exactly. AI gives us the tools to analyze all that data and make sense of it in a way that we just couldn't on our own.
So it's like the ultimate puzzle solver.
You could say that.
Okay, so let's get to some of these mind-blowing examples, because this chapter highlights some really cool stuff that's happening, like in agriculture, for example.
Yeah, agriculture is a big one.
Did you know that AI could be used to spot plant diseases even before a human could see them?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right? They're using drones now with cameras and AI algorithms that can analyze images of crops and spot these subtle signs of disease.
That's incredible.
It is. And what this means is farmers can intervene early, prevent widespread crop losses,
Yeah.
and reduce their reliance on pesticides.
So it's like an early warning system for your crops.
Exactly.
I mean, that's huge for food security and sustainability and everything.
Absolutely. And it's not just about spotting diseases. This chapter also talks about how AI can help optimize the delivery of nutrients to plants.
Oh, wow.
So analyzing data on soil conditions, weather patterns, all of that, AI can help farmers use fertilizers more efficiently.
So you're getting healthier crops, but you're also minimizing waste.
Exactly. It's a win-win for the farmer and for the environment.
That's awesome. Okay, so agriculture is clearly being revolutionized by AI, but what about biomedicine? That's another huge area that this chapter gets into.
Yeah, biomedicine is seeing some really exciting developments thanks to AI. One area is drug discovery. I mean, imagine you're a researcher trying to sift through mountains of data to find a promising drug candidate.
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare.
It can be, but AI can analyze huge data sets of molecular structures, biological information, all of that, and help researchers pinpoint potential targets for new drugs way faster than traditional methods.
So it's like fast-tracking the whole research process.
Exactly. And it's not just drug discovery. AI is also making waves in cancer research.
I've heard a bit about that. How so?
Well, AI can be used to analyze medical images like CT scans and MRIs to detect tumors earlier and more accurately.
Oh, wow.
And then by analyzing a patient's genetic profile, AI can help predict how they'll respond to different cancer treatments, leading to more personalized and effective therapies.
That's incredible. It really seems like AI is giving us a fighting chance against some of humanity's biggest health challenges.
It really is.
And of course, we can't talk about AI and biomedicine without talking about healthcare, right? It seems like it's popping up everywhere in that field.
Oh, absolutely. From medical imaging to robot-assisted surgery, AI is changing the landscape of healthcare. It's even being used to identify COVID-19 symptoms by analyzing data from medical records and even wearable sensors.
It's like AI is becoming this essential tool for doctors and nurses.
In a way, yeah. It can help them make faster, more accurate diagnoses, personalized treatment plans, and ultimately improve patient outcomes.
I was reading that AI is being used to improve the accuracy of diagnoses, especially in radiology and pathology.
That's right. AI algorithms can analyze those images and detect these really subtle patterns that a human eye might miss, which can make all the difference when it comes to things like cancer, where early detection is so important.
Wow. So we've got AI revolutionizing agriculture, biomedicine, and healthcare. It's amazing to think about how much is already happening.
Yeah, and we're just getting started. There are even more surprising applications of AI that we haven't even touched on yet.
I know. I'm kind of on the edge of my seat here, wondering what else is out there.
Well, buckle up because it's about to get even more fascinating.
Okay, so we've talked about how AI is transforming these huge fields like agriculture, biomedicine, and healthcare.
Yeah. Pretty amazing stuff.
It is, but I'm also kind of curious about some of the more unexpected applications of AI, things that people might not immediately think of.
Well, how about education?
Education, okay.
Yeah, chapter 12 in our source material, it's all about AI in, get this, assessment and evaluation of program outcomes, program-specific outcomes.
Okay, I'll be honest, that doesn't sound quite as flashy as robot surgery or something.
Maybe not, but it's still pretty important.
Okay, so tell me more. How is AI being used in education?
So think about it. AI can analyze tons of data on student performance, how engaged they are, even their feedback on a program.
Oh, interesting.
And this can help educators figure out what's working, what's not working, where they need to make changes.
So it's like taking the guesswork out of it, making it more data-driven.
Exactly. It's about using that data to constantly evaluate and improve educational programs.
That's pretty cool. So what else is AI doing that's kind of surprising?
Well, Chapter 13 focuses on artificial intelligence-based assistive technology.
Okay, now that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. We're talking about AI helping people with disabilities, navigate the world, do things that, for most of us, we don't even think twice about.
I remember reading about those intelligent wheelchairs. That was pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, those are amazing, right?
Yeah, like a wheelchair that can actually learn your habits, your preferences, and adapt to your needs.
Right, and navigate complex environments with minimal input from the user. It's about giving people more independence, more freedom.
That's really incredible. What else is happening in assistive technology?
Well, AI is also being used to help people with speech impairments communicate more effectively.
Oh, right.
We're talking about things like voice synthesizers that sound more and more human-like, and AI-powered communication boards that can predict what a user is trying to say.
Wow, that's really heartwarming to see, how AI is being used to make the world a more accessible place.
It really is. So, we've got AI breaking down barriers in education, in assistive technology. Where else? Well, another big area is clinical and genomic diagnostics.
Oh yeah, chapter 17, I remember that one. Influence of artificial intelligence in clinical and genomic diagnostics. That was pretty dense.
It is. It's a complex field for sure, but AI is poised to make a huge difference there.
Yeah, I remember it talked about DNA sequencing and drug discovery. That's like a whole other world to me.
Right, but think about it this way. AI is helping us unlock the secrets of our own DNA.
Okay.
It can analyze massive amounts of genomic data to identify patterns, predict disease risks.
So it's like having a personalized crystal ball for your health.
Kind of, yeah. This is leading to what we call personalized medicine, tailoring treatments to a person's unique genetic makeup.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is. It has the potential to revolutionize healthcare. And speaking of revolutionizing things, how about AI in economics?
Oh yeah, that chapter, Applications of Machine Learning and Economic Data Analysis and Policy Management, that was chapter 18, right?
Yep, that's the one. And this is where things get really, really interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
We're talking about using AI to make better policy decisions.
Okay, that sounds like a big leap. How does that even work?
Well, think about all the data that's out there, employment figures, housing statistics, consumer spending. AI can analyze all of that and look for trends, predict what might happen in the future.
So instead of just guessing, the economists can use AI to make more informed decisions.
That's the idea. AI could be used to predict economic downturns, analyze the impact of policy changes, or even help design more effective social programs.
Wow, it sounds like AI is really everywhere, touching every aspect of our lives in some way.
It really is. But with all this potential, it's important to remember that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's easy to get caught up in all the cool stuff and forget that there are real human consequences to consider.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to be having these conversations, to think about the ethical implications of AI and make sure it's being used responsibly.
Absolutely. It's like we need to be mindful of the potential downsides while also embracing the potential benefits.
Right. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where AI is used to improve our lives without, creating new problems.
It's a tall order, but it's one we have to figure out.
Absolutely. And I think that's what makes this deep dive so important. We're not just looking at the technology itself, but also the impact it's having on society.
So as AI keeps evolving, what does this all mean for the average person, someone who's not an AI expert?
Well, I think the biggest thing is to stay informed, to understand what AI is, how it works, the potential benefits and risks, because this isn't some far-off futuristic thing. It's happening now. It's shaping our lives in ways we might not even realize.
It's like we're in the middle of this technological revolution.
Exactly. And like any revolution, it brings both opportunities and challenges. It's up to all of us to make sure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits everyone.
So what can we do to make sure that happens?
I think it starts with education, The more people understand about AI, the better equipped we'll be to make informed decisions about its development and deployment.
It's like we need to demystify AI, take away some of the fear and uncertainty.
Exactly. We need to have open and honest conversations about it, bring diverse voices to the table, and think critically about the values that are being embedded in these systems.
Because ultimately, AI is a reflection of us, right? It's a tool created by humans, shaped by our choices and our values.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so crucial to be having these conversations now while AI is still in its early stages, we have a chance to shape its future to make sure it serves humanity.
That's a powerful thought. This has been an incredible journey so far. We've gone from the very basics of AI to all these mind-blowing applications in fields like systems, biology, healthcare, education, economics.
And we've only scratched the surface. I mean, AI is evolving so fast. Who knows what incredible discoveries are just around the corner?
It's both exciting and a little bit scary, right?
It is, but like you said earlier, the important thing is to stay informed, stay engaged, stay curious.
Absolutely.
Because the future of AI is not preordained, it's something we're all shaping together.
That's a really powerful message. Well, this deep dive has been incredible. I've learned so much. Thanks for joining me on this exploration of the world of AI.
My pleasure. It's been a fascinating conversation.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning. It's amazing, right? Like we've talked about AI doing everything from, helping farmers use fertilizer better to like revolutionizing how we diagnose diseases and even potentially like reshaping economic policy.
It really shows you just how broad the impact of AI can be, and we've only, talked about it for what, an hour?
Yeah, exactly. So much potential. So like for the average person out there, what should they be taking away from all this? What's the big takeaway?
I think the main thing is to, stay informed, stay involved. This isn't some like abstract concept. AI is having a real impact on our lives, and it's only going to get.
Bigger, we're at the beginning of something really, really big.
Yeah, exactly, like a technological revolution. And with any revolution, there are going to be both opportunities and challenges.
So how do we make sure, that AI is used, for good, for the benefit of humanity?
Well, I think education is key, right? The more people understand about AI, how it works, the good and the bad, the better decisions we can make about how to use it.
It's like we need to demystify AI, take away some of the fear of the unknown.
I like that. Demystify it. We need to have like open and honest conversations about it, and we need to think critically about like the values we're building into these systems.
Because AI is really a reflection of us, isn't it? I mean, it's a tool we've created.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why, we need to have these conversations now while it's still early, while we still have a chance to shape the future of AI.
This has been an incredible journey. We've gone from like AI 101 to talking about its impact on like everything, systems, biology, healthcare, education, economics.
And we've just scratched the surface, really. It's moving so fast. Who knows what amazing discoveries are just around the corner?
It's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? Like exciting and a little bit scary all at the same time.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with this this thought.
I'm all in ears.
The more we rely on AI, the more it becomes part of our lives, the more important it is to remember that we're not just passive observers. We have a role to play in shaping its future.
That's a great point. A really powerful message.
So, stay curious, stay informed, stay engaged, because the future of AI, it's in our hands.
That's a fantastic note to end on. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI. It's been an incredible conversation.
My pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning. I've no eye.